Today, from Lumen Field in Seattle, it's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Trevor Lawrence and the Seattle Seahawks versus Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready. We have a red zone situation brewing. This defense on their heels a little bit as they get set to defend a 1st and 10 with the ball at the 16. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott, his 17th touchdown. A big early 3rd down here for this defense as they look to hold on and force a field goal try.
Hey, exit. 14 to the right, 14 to the right. That's heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Line 14, line 14. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Zone update. This defense stacked up here with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. Throwing. Prescott. This is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb from 13 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So a third down situation coming up as we drop you in the action. The ball in the red zone, 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Here's Walker. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Drake is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Lawrence. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Lawrence will throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Micah Parsons able to record his 5th sack of the season. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Now in a pretty difficult situation as this defense up to the task. Ball in the red zone, 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day. 155.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day on this. Let's go.
Lawrence. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Calvin Ridley, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in the 2nd half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they?
So they just got the ball off the interception. Now can this offense take advantage? Great field position, 1st and 10 in the red zone. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Slam, slam, slam.
Walker looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end.
This defense in need of a big stop in a tight game in the 4th quarter. Let's see if they can get that stop they need.
555. Drop deep, drop deep. 555. Touchdown.
Lawrence on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He's got his tight end fan. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a
The margin for error for this defense is slim because a field goal would change the complexion of this game. Can they get the stop they need? On 1st and 10, Prescott steps away to his left. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing it.
Incomplete.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. 3rd down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. To the air again, Prescott.
Back to Elliott, and he's got him again.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
And Walker once more.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Back to throw. Lawrence.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So pass interference to call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before a season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's play strong in the second.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Seahawks, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.